What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this one, we have 7 things not to say in England if you're American. Before we dive in and figure out these 7 things, if you happen to enjoy it, don't forget to smash subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Also, if you would like to support this channel by becoming a member, all you gotta do is smash that join button. Let's get right to it.
We've all committed embarrassing faux pas. I once asked Karen Gillan whether she preferred the name Amelia or Gingerface.
Karen Gillan. Karen Gillan was the one in... Oh, I hope I'm not wrong about this. Jumanji? The newer Jumanji with Kevin Hart and The Rock? Or am I wrong? Dang, you really knew her. That's crazy.
She cried in a cupboard for 3 hours. I won't ever let her play down that faux pas. But if you're an American visiting England, there are some, shall we say, Americanisms you may just want to keep to yourself unless you have no shame, like me. So here, without further ado, are 7 things not to say in England if you're American. To blow someone off. In America, despite overwhelming odds to the contrary, this phrase does not mean... I'm trying to think of a suitable...
To blow someone off in America means like you're blowing like, hey, we invited you to do this. You said you were gonna come, and you decide to bail last minute. Like you blew them off. You blew them off for something else. And so I mean I can understand another thing that it might mean taken in the wrong sense way. So I'm intrigued to hear if that's what's gonna be said.
Euphemism. It doesn't mean fellatio. Rather, it means a failure to keep an appointment with someone.
Exactly.
So imagine my surprise when one of my friends lamented that his dad kept blowing him off. Was Indiana living up to its stereotype? Was it indeed the incest capital of America? No, I just have a really dirty mind. Which probably accounts for my confusion over the next entry. Whatever you do,
double fisting, that it doesn't mean what it means. Two beers or 2 drinks. Double fisting, not two. Y'all know what he probably thought it meant.
America, don't use this phrase around British people or, you know, anyone. I mean, in what universe does this phrase not sound unequivocally filthy? Yeah. In America, obviously, where the phrase double fisting unfathomably means to carry and consume 2 drinks simultaneously. Yeah. But let's be honest, to the rest of us, it just means shoving 2 fists up your fanny pack. Oh, fanny pack.
Fanny pack. I know where y'all the fanny is in the front, but it's not in America. The fanny pack is in the back, and so that's. I forget what you guys call it. I saw it in a different video, but I forget. Is it a bum bag? Is that y'all or Australia? Somebody calls it a bum bag. But yeah, fanny pack is it's not.
Okay, it's been said many times, right? But fanny has 2 very distinct and yet equally biological meanings on either side of the pond. While both countries can probably agree that this travel accessory is the worst fashion faux pas since shoulder pads, the 2 can't agree on what the accessory should be called. The American term fanny pack has long been the source of amusement in England, where the word fanny means a lady's part. For our part, no pun intended, the British call it a bum bag. You know, bum meaning just as...
so yeah, y'all do say bum bag. I'm sorry the videos like this. Sometimes this happens with certain videos. I completely apologize. I don't know why it's happening now. It's very frustrating, but we're gonna make it through.
Fanny does in America, your arse. And so with all this talk of human orifices, now might be the perfect time to hit up our next entry. That was intended. Actually, Wednesday.
Hump day. Yeah, Wednesday. Like he said, Wednesday is hump day. Don't ask me how Wednesday is hump day, because I don't know. It just is.
It might be a better time to hit up this next entry, because Wednesday and hump day to Americans are one and the same. Yes. The story goes that hump day, coined in 1965, is a friendly term suggesting Americans are past the hump of the earlier week, but to Brits it just sounds like an excuse to have some rumpy pumpy. Okay, I have to admit, there's no...
A rim shot. Okay, this is one I might not get perfectly, but I would think like, a rim shot. Maybe put salt around the rim of the shot glass. And I don't know.
Actual evidence to suggest that this one is exclusive to America. But what I can say is this: I first heard it in America, so that's good enough for me. Now, officially, Americans, and potentially others, use the term rim shot to mean that bum thing that people say when somebody's told a terrible pun. Now, obviously, I'm not going to sit here and explain to you why I think the word sounds really coarse.
I legit never heard that. That must be an older generation thing.
Just go and Google words that sound like rim shot and then clear your history immediately. Oh, America, it's time you and I had a sit down and talked about the verb to pet. A long time ago, in a country far, far...
I hope it's not what to pet the dog. I hope it's not what I think it means, but I'd never heard this phrase.
Away, England. Public swimming baths throughout the land added one very crucial but very silly directive to their fascist agenda. No petting in the pool, mate. Don't know why it was in that accent, but it was. Yeah, no petting in the pool. This was a distinctly 1950s way of saying, please refrain from putting your tongue in that person's throat. What? So, you know, if you ask an English person, can I pet your dog? You're asking them, can I give it a romantic kiss?
Oh, so you genuinely meant like to pet your dog, like actually like pet your dog. I thought it was a phrase that meant something else. But yeah, petting your dog. To pet. No, it just means pet.
No dog owner on the planet would be okay with that. Would he? Call the Yorkshire authorities.
Call the Yorkshire authorities.
Instead, we would say, can I stroke the dog? That sounds worse, doesn't it?
Yeah, that does sound worse. That sounds a lot worse. I'm going to stick with pet. I'm going to stick with pet because the stroke one, no. That's one, that's a worse trade-off.
So sometimes it's not just actual words that can land us in hot water. While it's perfectly acceptable in Britain to strike a pose similar to former Prime Minister and part-time supermodel Winston Churchill, be sure that you do have your hand the right way round. Okay, so don't do that because that means flipping somebody off.
Yeah, I know that.
2 fingers. It's kind of like...
That's not how we mean it, but I know from watching UK shows, I know that.
Like double fisting.
That just means peace.
With fingers. Funny story, actually.
Peace out.
I remember this one time when a female friend of mine did this to indicate girl power. You know, like the Spice Girls. I think she was being ironic. Unless you're doing it to the management that gave us the Spice Girls, then it's okay. Just, you know, either way, don't do this to the British people because they will be completely and utterly a little bit miffed. That's all for this episode of Lost in the...
absolutely enjoyed that. And it's just certain things that you get lost in translation when you're going across the pond. And this is one of them. Again, sorry the video is very laggy. Laggy on my end too, so sorry about that. But we got all the things not to say in England because it'll be misconstrued and misinterpreted to mean something else when you go across the pond. So Americans, I hope you watch this. I hope you took notes. Yeah, don't be aware. Just be aware. That's all we have. If you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. Check out the next one. I'll see you guys next time.